Lethal Company. I know you've heard that all over YouTube lately. A horror game where your sole purpose is to collect and sell stuff on different moons. When playing this game with friends, it feels unlike any other co-op horror game, even though it has such a simple concept. So, what separates this game from all the other horror games? What makes this game non-stop fun? And what is that? Lethal Company is a horror game released on October 23rd of 2023 by a developer named Zeekers who made plenty of Roblox games before going on to make standalone Steam games in 2020. Zeekers first announced Lethal Company on July 8th of 2022 as a teaser on YouTube. Once he released this game, it immediately took over the internet, after just 1 month of release, climbing up to a rounded 39,000 average players. And it took not even a month later to have almost 2 times more players than Call of Duty, having 200,000 players playing worldwide. In this game, you get hired by a company which gives you your own ship and crewmates. With this ship, you fly around to different moons to collect random things so that you can meet the profit quota by the end of the deadline. Keep in mind that on these moons, you're not alone. Once collecting enough scrap, you go to the company building to cash in your items and meet the quota. If you don't meet the requirement or deadline, then you get sent to fucking space. In short terms, you just collect and sell items from different places while avoiding entities. You also can't stay on the moon for too long since the ship leaves at midnight. In total, there are 9 moons in Lethal Company. These moons range from easy difficulty to hard, separating them by sections. The first section is easy, the second section is intermediate, and the last section is hard. The one moon that's all alone at the top is the company building, and that has its own section since it's a safe moon. If you're still on a moon after sunset, nighttime entities will start to spawn, which are probably the worst entities in the game. I mean, look at that thing. Sometimes, the moons you go to might have a weather condition, such as the eclipse, which you don't want to be in. The eclipse condition makes it so that any nighttime entities can spawn at any time. That includes your arrival. Other weather conditions, but not so much worse, is the stormy weather, which has thunder that can kill you if you are striked, or even the flooded weather, which makes the map flooded, getting flooded more and more with time. There are other conditions, but they are not as severe, such as the foggy condition, which makes it so that you can barely see, or the rain condition, which makes mud or sand puddles that you need to watch out for. Other than moon conditions, there are also entities that all work different. So here's every single entity summarized. The bunker spider, which only attacks if you disturb its webs or fall for a trap. The snare flea, which jumps on you from above and also muffles your voice chat. The hoarding bug, which only attacks if you try and take scrap from their nest. The bracken, which tries to sneak up on you and if caught, runs away. The that is just a moving goo, which kills you if you step on it. This fucking girl, which chooses only one player to haunt, then kill if you stare at her multiple times. Look at her big ass for. The thumper, which rams into you and runs very fast. The spore lizard, which only attacks if it feels disrespected. The nutcracker, which has a shotgun. The coil-head, which moves only when you're not looking, just like that one dude. The jester, which cranks up to kill you and just never stops until everyone dies, or unless everyone leaves the building for 5 seconds. And the mask, which is an item that kills you and uses you as a host to kill other players while mimicking your outfit. And those are just the indoor entities. For the outdoor entities, we have the circuit bees, which attack if you pick up or get near their beehive. Manticoils, which just fly. The roaming locusts, which also just fly. The eyeless dog, which can't see, but can hear you speaking in voice chat or moving. This big dude, which is so fucking scary. The earth leviathan, which comes from the ground up, and the baboon hawks, which only attack if they equal to or outnumber your crew. Each of these entities can spawn on most moons. However, there is a higher chance for certain entities to spawn on certain moons depending on the conditions. For example, the bunker spider has a 25% chance of spawning in experimentation, while Vow only has a 13% chance. This game offers so much variety and so much fun, and just to top it off, if it does get boring, there are already plenty of mods made, even with this game coming out just a couple of months ago. It's a simple game with a simple concept, but it doesn't feel that way. This game feels like something different than all the other horror games. The thing that makes Lethal Company different is the fact that you never know what's coming next, especially with proximity chat. The addition of proximity chat makes you constantly have fun living with the horror of being alone and not knowing if your friends are still alive until you enter the ship to find out yourself. Think of all the other multiplayer horror titles you've played. Think of, for example, Dead by Daylight. Don't get me wrong, Dead by Daylight is fun, but you already know what to expect out of it. You run around, powering the generators, getting chased by a killer, avoiding him at all costs. But with a game like Lethal Company, there is so much variety, and that is exactly what makes this game different. This game places you in a situation without telling you what's to come next. It builds up suspense and keeps you playing. Notice how when you play this game with friends, it's oddly way more fun than playing solo. That's due to the fact that there is more to go off of when you play with friends. Having friends adds the benefit of proximity chat, not knowing if your friends are dead or alive. While playing solo, you don't have that benefit.
If you're looking to play this game, I suggest playing with friends, as it is insanely more fun than playing alone.
And all of this is what makes Lethal Company different than all the other horror games.